Good evening, ghoulish and grisly guys, gals, and non-binary pals. This week, we're playing Session 4 of They Came From Beyond the Grave. Kickstarter for this game funded in just 5 hours. Now, we are kicking ass through all those stretch goals. We've already passed the director's screen, the t-shirt, double-sized book of villains, and creepy monsters, and the digital wallpaper. Very close to the next goal, which is playable scenario. I don't know about you guys, but I want to see what's in that scenario, so let's get it there. It is real close. You'll find the link to the Kickstarter in the chat being posted periodically all night. Also, be sure to check out Red Moon Roleplaying's recently completed live play. Check out a more serious and gritty way to approach this incredibly amazing game. That one with Matthew Dawkins. Go check out the Kickstarter and get in now so you can grab up those delicious stretch goals as they unlock and get a manuscript copy as several chapters are released to backers over the next few weeks. Rules came out this week. So all of you, come in, it's very cold and dark out there, but it's nice and warm here inside our lovely antique shop. Come in and have some tea. Browse our selection of cursed antiques. Each of them has a terrifying tale of its own to share. Let us tell you more of one of those tales tonight. I am Tyler, EldritchEchoes Online, and I will be your director. Our cast and crew are all here, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Tell us who you are and who you're playing.
I'm at Space Lord PJs. That's where you can find me on the internet. I am playing the Hunters, Hi and Vincent, and really excited to be here.
I'm so mixed up after these last few times of not going immediately after Sean, but oh well. I've got this. I've got this. Okay, so hi, I'm Ever. My pronouns are they and them. You can find me on the interwebs as Changeling Ever. And tonight I will be playing Florence Hastings and Lillian Hastings. Florence is the... How can I do that? Florence is the... old-fashioned? I don't know. Old-fashioned Florence. And then Lillian is... Nope, I've got nothing. Next!
Flower child.
I was going to say, Lily is a flower, hippie.
Yeah, but then people get confused with the Florence with the F.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Backed yourself into a corner on that one, didn't you?
I really did.
Hello, I am Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. And tonight I will be playing Walter and or Leslie, the Mystic. And I also just realized Space Lord does not actually give out his name anytime he does his intro. That just clicked to me.
No, I'm a different person when I do this. I'm no longer Sean.
He is Space Lord.
I have become full-on Space Lord.
I don't like calling you Space Lord. I don't... It sounds weird.
I mean, we call him Sean all night long.
We do. Like we call him Sean 1,000 times a game.
But you can't search Sean on the internet. You're gonna find a bunch of doofs. Like if you search Space Lord, then you'll find
Space Lord pajamas to actually find cartoons.
That's true. Really cool.
Why
cartoons.
the pajamas though?
All right. Do you really want the story?
I do.
Yes.
Okay.
It is your turn, so go for it.
Well, it's not, but I'm just interjecting here. So, me and Steve were playing WWE 2K 2015, and so the system has a bunch of words that you can pick where it will actually say that name. So, me being the person that I am was like, well, what kind of screwed up name can I have this thing tell me? Yep. So it's like, I think it actually had Space Lord. Or maybe it was like
I think it
was
that you could use 3 words.
That's it. So it was Space Lord, and then I'm like, well, all of the rest of these are stupid. So let's go with pajamas. So it would announce me as Space Lord Pajamas in the game.
Into the
That's
ring
kind
now.
of where it came
Space Lord Pajamas.
Right. And he'd come out and do his pose, and he'd like have the music, and he'd go out there, and then he'd get the belt, and then he'd fight the belt. And then naturally what would happen when it comes WrestleMania time, then Space Lord Pajamas would have to face off against Voodoo Arcade, who's his friend, not friend. And then Voodoo Arcade would always betray him, but Space Lord would usually win.
Don
Because
Arnetto nailed
Sounds
it.
right.
All the rest of these names are stupid. I'm gonna go with pajamas.
that is exactly what happens.
That's just the
I
cat's
will
pajamas.
summarize this by saying that basically sums up their entire friendship. Who's next?
Yep. Also, the exact same story for Voodoo Arcade. Just, yeah. There. Okay.
So wait,
Next.
your 3 words were voodoo and
No,
arcade?
Voodoo, he had 2. Voodoo
No, I
Arcade.
only used the 2. But,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
It's 3 words now. That's
But
headcanon.
I'm sorry, because the way you said that, I just pictured Space Lord Pajamas coming out in a full-on spacesuit with a cape and like pajama bottoms covering up the bottom half of the spacesuit.
Oh, no.
He was
actually,
neither from space nor did he wear pajamas.
He wore a towel. That's all he wore around him. He wrestled in a towel around his waist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Space Lord just left the shower pajamas.
I have no further
It's also
questions.
kind of accurate
Right?
to real life.
Devin, save us.
Well, my name's Devin. You can find me at Sort of Sullied online. And tonight I will be playing the Raconteurs, Giles and Luther. There's my saving bit.
Also, I believe Ever and Devin wanted to let the audience know something in case it happens.
Sorry, as I die.
Nice, nice save.
I'll let Ever do that.
Wow. So, yeah, we had our power go out already once, because Florida storms, it's a thing. So if we disappear, it's probably the Eldritch being's fault. They reached out from the void and shut off our power. And
Or it'll be that Eldritch being's fault.
No, the power is fine.
We would have
The
stopped him,
Eldritch
but
being just reached up and grabbed you.
we would have stopped him, but Sean refused to participate in the ablation. So, fault. Okay.
Sean.
Now that everyone knows
Wait,
who we are,
what?
shameless plug time. Please
No, I
remember to
punched
like
it.
and subscribe to Vorpal Tales and the Onyx Path on YouTube. Follow Vorpal Tales and the Onyx Path on Twitch, and leave us comments. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/VorpalTales. Sign up and join us for monthly virtual movie night. Share the love and help us keep all these awesome stories and games going. You can find us when we aren't on the Onyx Path on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Vorpal Tales. And on our Discord, which you can join by going to the website, vorpaltales.com. We play lots of stuff right now. Age 20th Anniversary Edition Technocracy loaded on Mondays. This today, sent it to Avernus on Thursdays, Mutants Masterminds on Fridays. This week, we're doing a one-shot of the Lost Citadel, unique 5e setting. Keep bailing on us, probably for something silly. Come join the fun! Also, a special thank you to Onyx Path Publishing for always being involved with streamers of their games and making awesome games for us to play. Thanks, Sirenscape. Can't have a Hammer Horror adventure without a groovy music score. And last but not least, make sure you check out all the other awesome shows on the Onyx channel. 2 new ones. We're hosting Classic Age Plays Scarred Lands game on Mondays, and also a new vampire game that you should check out as well. Alright, enough plugs. Get on to the
Will
reason
there
we're all
be
here.
creepy
Who needs-
paper?
Creepy paper.
Better be creepy paper. So Sean, ablutions. Don't kill us. Don't kill us. Here's my blood. You refused, so it's your fault.
Well,
All you
is
would
it
have
gonna,
to have done was
Let's
feed it
appease
like
the great old ones, bro.
Just
is
feed
it
one
going to
of your
pay me
cats.
for my blood?
Getting paid by not being eaten.
I'm still here.
Or are you?
Because we paid. They're still going
Oh.
to get destroyed. It's your fault. So, who
I
needs
mean-
aspirations?
I do.
Oh, crap. Aspirations. I think I do. Yeah, I do.
We actually killed several last week, which is pretty awesome. Let's brainstorm and come up with some new ones.
So I still have 2 for Walter because I didn't play Walter at all last week.
Same here for Giles.
So are we going
That's
to
how
be
it should
focusing?
be, because we didn't touch on Victorian last week, yeah.
Are we going to be focusing? Are we do I need them for both characters tonight or?
Would be wise, because I don't know how far we'll get in Victorian. You
Okay.
might bounce back to Modern.
Okay.
Also, since you haven't touched the Victorian in a while, if you want to update them due to events that happened, I'm okay with that too.
I just need a long for my Victorian because I still need my 2 shorts. I'm still good with them.
Wait, are we playing Victorian?
Wait, no, I actually need 2. Crap.
I just need one for Lillian. Florence's are still pretty good.
Walter needs a short and a long.
Oh wow, I
Giles
never
needs a
did
short
aspirations.
and
Um,
too bad one of yours wasn't kick and imp.
Right?
Punt and imp.
Yeah.
It's a new sport, imp punting.
Yes, Sean, tonight we will be beginning in Victorian.
Is that? Oh no, nope, not gonna make that joke. Never mind. Moving on. I need a Walter. What did Walter do again?
Many things.
Many things. Oh, there it is.
Would you like to hit the aspirations after the recap? We can do that. To help you remember better, because,
I'm going to say that for Walter, his long is going to be release the spirit stuck at Eventide Manor.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay. I just need a short for him, which we can figure out.
Who else needs some?
I
do.
need a short.
We got prove the mentalist is lying and find one of the murderers for Giles. Just need to think of another. I'm presuming find the murderer is
Those
not
are
going to
short,
happen
yes.
tonight. Okay. Okay, it is happening tonight. Okay.
Find the murderers for Giles.
Yeah.
I would like to face the
You
undead.
can put that. You can put that as short. Yes.
Okay.
I'm adding use my claws as Leslie.
Yes, I like that one. What'd you say, Sean?
I would like to face the undead.
That's in modern or Victorian?
Victorian.
Yes.
And then I want to stab something with my knife.
Yes. Both of those are highly possible.
Long term, I don't know. I mean,
can I have a long term of just make it out alive?
can I go totally
Yes.
meta and be like, see that my spirit is sealed within in the house?
Yes.
So I decided on my short for Lillian is figure out how she's connected to the mansion.
Okay.
Yeah. And then her other short is use the gun or knife she was given. And then long is solve
Yes.
the ultimate mystery of the mansion.
How does Lillian define ultimate mystery?
How does it do what it do?
Okay.
How does it does what it does?
Exactly.
Denied.
And then
Only the first wording. Only the first wording was accepted.
And then Florence's are faint at least once. Use her eensy weensy teeny tiny gun. And then her long one is solve why her servants get murdered.
Okay. Especially the useful ones like buttoners.
Those buttoners, they're really hard to come by, like.
And I figured out two for
Okay.
Luther, since Luther was missing both.
Yes. What do you have for Luther?
This is the long term. Except that this supernatural exists.
Character development. I
Because
approve.
I have thoroughly denied that the entire time because you're a dirty, rotten liar, Steve.
Probably true,
No,
whether they're real or
that's
not.
not true.
Yes, ignore it. Approved.
And break control of the vampiress. Since you did say
Okay.
that I had that going on.
Yes, you have been haunted now. Okay. Well, recap time then, because that's everyone. Last session, in the modern era, our intrepid heroes explored the house in the witching hour. After waking up from their shared nightmares, they became lost in the darkness and were convinced something evil was stalking them when they found their way into the hidden compartments of the walls. But they managed to make their way to the Grand Library, where they eavesdropped on and managed to slip past some of the other parts. The sleep study. They attempted to enter the cellar, but found out they needed a special key. They couldn't pick the lock. Decided to retire to their rooms for the night and act as if nothing happened, how others reacted. Breakfast. They noticed a missing member, but everyone acted like nothing was wrong. After breakfast, the party split up. Hunter went and explored the grounds and had a run-in. Some imps in the barn. Mystic confronted the two people they overheard the night before, but his demonic better half slaughtered them before they could talk. Told the Mystic its own version of it. Raconteur mapped out the hidden passages, had an encounter of his own, and the dupe stole the key to the cellar. After escaping the imps and regrouping, the party entered the cellar and found a journal about the house's evil past and antiques. They called out to each of them as they interacted with the artifacts in the book. They all fainted, but not before realizing they were the reincarnations of Victorian characters. That is where we left off. Let's get a cooler recap in their own words. Devin, please recap the party's journey through the walls in the dead of night, breakfast, and your encounter in character.
So, in the midst of the night, after realizing that we all had awful, terrifying dreams, my good man Hai decided to help us all out of our rooms. We made our way into what we determined was a secret passage in the wall. And after I must have just been completely out of sorts because of the sleeping gas, because I could not find my way around. So I resorted to my good man Hai finding the way out for us. At which point we snuck our way through because of two dundering cultists that left the way fairly easily open for us. As we went and called it a night, we woke up the next morning to find out that one of our sleep study compatriots had been vanished in the night. Thankfully, we Deus Ex Machina'd our way out of being discovered that we knew, and then we all went our separate ways, at which point I decided I would search my way through these curious secret passages. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but there was a very pretty lady. I had a bit of my pipe, and I woke up in my room.
Sounds legit.
Okay.
It was a jolly good time.
Jolly
Please
good.
recap in character your adventures in the barn up until the moment you almost exited the portal to hell.
So, like, I walked around the house and, like, I was checking it out, and then I saw this barn, right? And so I went out to the barn and I smashed the window, and there was some weird stuff, and like there was like the floor. It had pentagram. There was a floor, and it had a pentagram, and it was like awesomely it was like really good metal, like, you know, it almost like it'd been forged in fire or something like that, you know. And so and there was cats, and there was a bat, and like a dog, in a possum, and there was 4 dogs and 19 like ocelots. No, it was just a cat and a dog and a raven, and no, the dog wasn't there. It was a raven. It was written. Shut up! I got this. It was a raven. It was a cat, and it was Anyway, there was stuff there. There were things there, and we fought it. Or I smashed it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I smashed it. I was like, well, that looks evil. So I smashed it with the crowbar, and they were evil, and they put their like evil blood on the thing, and I was gonna like light it on fire, but then what's his name? Leslie was like, no, don't do that. It's bad.
Okay. Steve, please recap in character your encounters in the library, demonic interruption, your scene in the barn.
Well, after breakfast, in which I showed my amazing restraint and humility and not bringing up the fact that you know, I'm pretty famous in the States, was on Carson, and generally big time celebrity. After remaining silent through breakfast, I went ahead and tried to have a short and honest and open discussion with two of the other participants of the sleep study, who I had recognized from the night before at our times during the tunnel. Was at that point, though, that unfortunately they demonstrated that they were not, in fact, participants of the sleep study, but actually excessively devout followers of some sort of group or someone trying to do something to us while we're participating in this. I'm not sure because they there was a little bit of a scuffle, I believe. I lost consciousness at the time. I woke up several hours later. Had a very terrible dream of claws ripping and thrashing and rending flesh. At which point my demon visitor visited me and informed me that they were actually part of a vampire cult, I believe, who have summoned multiple demons and ill-gotten spirits here, which I am going to assume is also the demon I'm communicating with at this time. Who needs my help getting back. It was at that point that I woke up only to find my actual hands covered in blood, which, has happened a couple of times in the past, but is usually not indicative of a good night. Nosebleeds and things like that happen during more adventurous encounters.
Usually.
Usually. It was at that point I saw that my compatriot, had made his way out to the shed / basement /
It was a shed.
It was a shed. Yeah.
It was a shed.
The shed.
It was
Sure.
a barn converted to a tool shed.
No, so it was a shed. You said the shed, so it's a shed.
Right. So, knowing that Ty has the tendency to get himself into some trouble, I went to make sure that there was nothing that he was doing. I'm very glad I did, though, I say, because without me, we'd be dealing with yet another demonic spirit, because he was about to add both fire to the blood and the summoning circle, which would have brought yet another evil spirit to this manor. At that point in time that I informed Hai of his pending catastrophe, and we then met back up with the rest of the crew before continuing on with our adventure / what the hell's going on here.
I still think you should let me burn the place down.
Do not burn the summoning circle. Hi, I need you to look at me.
Can I get a blowtorch?
Never. Please recap in character your adventures stealing the key, the descent into the gaping maw of the cellar, and then the cellar itself.
All of the things that you have heard, it doesn't matter, because the most important part was me stealing the key from the professor, and I managed to get it, and we unlocked the cellar. And when we walked into the cellar, we found different items that called out to us, and we grabbed them and we made use of them. We found a journal that explains so much about the mansion, and then we were discovered. I think.
All right, now we're going to transition back to the Victorian era, where, if you remember, last time we were there, the house had come alive around you because you may have forgotten not to end the seance correctly. Prepare yourselves for that.
Yes,
I believe
back
I
in
have
Victorian
transitioned your
times.
names correctly.
Right, names.
Yes, so now we are switching to Giles, Florence, Victor, and Walter. Okay. Scene fades back into the Victorian era, where your characters are back to back like the Avengers, looking around in terror as curtains billow, furniture scoots around the house, mirrors are breaking, and fog is billowing in from everywhere, and there are eerie voices moaning and groaning from all directions.
Perhaps my Servants have come back from the dead to assist me in my shoelaces.
We call them the undead.
Didn't we discuss this before? I thought we were referring to them as the D-Dead.
No, the undead, lad.
I don't remember us ever having this conversation.
We did. And we're having it now in the middle of all of this ruckus.
Oh, yes. By the way, you might want to duck. There is a vase coming from behind your head.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, lad.
Oh, where are we right now again? I'm sorry.
This is the seance?
Kitchen where the seance is over. You rushed from the seance into the kitchen where the cook was screaming. And you saw an imp dance out through open doorway and slam the door. And that's when it all went to hell.
Because they couldn't get back into the seance room where it was still ongoing.
Okay.
Right.
And we didn't properly shut it down. Yeah.
We need to get back into the seance room so that I may close the portal we opened.
Was that my expensive vase?
We can't worry about vases right now. The spirits are coming. Vincent, opens the door.
Bite your tongue.
Vincent opens the door.
Vincent grabs the door and pulls and strains and feels a hernia begin to slip because Vincent's getting old and he makes no progress.
Use your strength, Vincent. Use your mighty body. Get through the door. Get through the door, Vincent.
Something is holding the door from the other end and it's stronger than you are. Not someone. Something.
Is there another way into the room from another area?
If you could escape the house, you could try to go in through the big window of this first floor study, or dining room.
So, to escape the house then.
Is there any, big wedge objects, like an axe or anything in here?
The kitchen doesn't have an axe. The kitchen does have lots of knives. Butcher knives.
Does that have big old butcher knife?
Cast iron skillets, yes.
I want to use it against the door. Does it do anything?
It chips away at the wood, but very slowly. That would take a very long time, and the house is escalating. You don't feel like that's going to be a good idea in the long run.
I'm going to grab one of those cast iron skillets pots that you mentioned, and I'm going to be carrying that around so that I can whack things.
You grab it, and you're like, haha! Whoa, wow, cooking is harder than I thought.
And that's why I leave it to the lady folk. And the servants.
Wow.
Don't forget about the servants.
I need into this room, people, now!
Wow.
Hey, it's Victorian era.
I shan't be caught dead cooking.
Well, of course, not you, lady. I talk about the servants.
You said the windows are low to the ground on the outside?
If you could get outside, you could come in through the dining room window. Problem is getting outside.
Oh, is the house locked down?
The house is alive and actively attacking you. Nothing's become violent in the kitchen yet. Curtains are open, furniture is stacking up in weird pyramidal shapes. Doors are slamming.
How's the main hallway look? Treacherous?
You can hear spirits screaming and droning. You're going to look out the kitchen door into the main hallway? Well,
yeah, I'll do that.
Right. You're trying to get in the dining room. You turn and look, and all of the end tables are floating in the air in the middle of the hallway, and the rugs are snapping back and forth like snakes. It looks treacherous.
Snakes?
Huh. Snakes? There's always going to be snakes.
Also, as soon as you turn to look down it, candles one by one go out all down the hallway until it's darkness.
Oh, that's not good.
What do I have? I gotta have something that I can punch a spirit with.
Those are expensive, exotic wood. Put them down. She's attempting to talk to the spirits and
you're yelling at a antique table in the corner, which immediately hits the ground full force and shatters.
What's the closest way to a window or something that would lead us to outside?
There's windows in the kitchen.
Do they lead to outside?
Yes. One does.
Can I try picking up that pot again and throw it through the window?
You fling the pot at the window, and it bounces off.
Oh, damn.
Now it's over there by the window.
From the window to the wall?
Yes.
I would like to invoke the power lies in my silver cross and like just forcefully march my way down the hallway and be like, back, fell demon.
Giles, you gonna go grab that pot and follow him?
Yes, I will.
As soon as you get close to the window, it explodes and lacerates you, and then all the glass goes back into the window and is intact but cracked.
Screw this house, man.
Ow!
Giles, please roll dexterity plus survival. Difficulty 2. Which means you need 2
Awesome.
successes.
Yeah, I know. I was looking to see. I thought I had one give me bonuses to that, but I don't see it. So, okay. I rolled 3 successes. Holy cow. I don't know what this is.
You take only 1 dot of injury.
Hooray.
On your 3 bubbles for
Just
a
a
flesh
flesh
wound.
wound.
You filled 1
Yeah.
bubble. Correct. You recover
now
the
I've got
pot.
2. Yeah.
Florence, are you going to follow Victor? Giles.
Absolutely, she would not be left alone in this horrid.
Are you going to arm yourself?
I have my teeny tiny eensy weensy gun that fits inside of my little handbag.
Okay. You go running after them saying, "Do not leave without me." And then one of the table that you yelled at so rudely, one of the chair legs explodes.
Oh, jeez.
Like you. Roll dexterity plus survival, Florence, to avoid splinters. The worst kind of splinters.
Oh no!
And they're too small to pull out with tweezers.
Oh no.
Gasp.
Or the kind that are...
Difficulty of 8?
You'll need... Yep.
Okay.
Or the kind that you can pull out. It's just that they're so deeply embedded.
2?
Correct. You also only take 1 bubble of your just a flesh wound. And Walter, are you following them also?
Yes.
Are you going to arm yourself?
Well, we all have our pistol from before, like when we were shooting the werewolf and everything.
Assuming it's still on your person, you would in fact have that, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You turn and charge after them. And in later discussions, you will of course always tell them the house attacked you like it attacked all of them. Of course it did. But you step on your cave. Please roll dexterity plus survival.
Nuggets! Nuggets!
Oh no. Dexterity. There you are. Plus survival
Yes.
to do a backflip. 2 successes.
You only take 1 bubble of just a flesh wound from falling on your face because you stepped on your own cave.
Okie doke.
Everyone whips around and says, "The spirits are attacking him."
Yeah, the spirits. Yes, that's what's happening. Yes.
Victor turns and charges into the hallway. And that was a trope, yes? That you're declaring with the silver cross?
No, it's a trademark of survival. So
Trademark. Roll survival plus dexterity plus 2 for the trademark.
All right.
3 successes. The rugs attack you and roll you up in them and fling you into the wall, and you watch Victor hit the wall and then hit the floor and then hit the ceiling and then hit the other wall and then hit the floor. He's completely wrapped up in blankets, but they wrapped him up so well he didn't take any injury from all that smashing. But he can't get out.
I will help him out.
How would you like to do that?
Well, that depends. How far is he from the exit?
Nowhere near the exit. He got about 5 feet into the hallway.
Okay, then. I will try and unravel him by holding on to the one end and kind of just yanking to see if it'll... Yes, and unravel him.
Go ahead and roll athletics plus might plus 2 because he's still holding out his silver cross.
Okay. No, not plus 6, though that would make my roll nice.
It would be awesome.
5!
Oh, definitely. You have 2 carryover enhancements for a future roll.
Sweet!
You were able to free Victor from the vile possessed rug because he scares the spirit away with his cross's face. Now what?
I'd still like to get the hell out.
Gonna go deeper into the hallway. Some more rugs. More
You seemed
rugs
like you dealt with
and
that rug marvelously. Yeah,
Hey.
rugs and splinters, and Walter's still got his cape on.
So
Nope.
I will go
Cape never
around
comes
the
off.
rug.
No house is going to defeat me.
I will basically try. I'm going to avoid the rug, and I'll pick the side that has fewer paintings and things on the wall.
Okay. Initiative time.
Oh.
1d10 plus cunning plus dex. So you just roll a d10 and add your dots in dex and cunning to them.
Wouldn't that just be rolling those with a modifier?
No.
No,
Because
you're
we're
adding
doing it like
so if
that.
your cunning was
Oh,
3 and
that's
your
right.
dex was
We're
3,
rolling that
right.
many dice. Right.
It'd
So-
be like a d10 plus 6.
I rolled really well, guys. I am confused. Especially after last week.
It's okay. It's not forever. You know that when you need it most, you'll roll a 1.
Oh yeah, I know. And when I need it least, I'll roll a 20. Sorry, a 10. Just like
Alright,
that
so
one.
I'm just
I'll roll a
misting
10.
Victor's.
Trying. It's rolling.
There we go. No. Roll a d10, and then add your total dots of cunning and dex as a number. How many dots do you have in cunning?
So basically roll a d10 plus 9? Is that what you're...
No, I got 47.
No, like roll
No.
one
Alright,
d10.
No, Devin, I know how to do it. I got 47.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll take his 47 and go first.
Right.
So, of the numbers that you rolled, please determine who's going in what order on 17, 13, 11, and 10.
Well, that... Okay, I was
No
gonna say,
matter
that
what,
depends.
the house is last.
I will take wherever then. Since I'm in front, do you want me to go first?
Yeah, we'll let you go first, and I'll go next, I guess.
We'll figure out who's going to do things that'll actually be helpful instead of just getting your butt kicked by a rug.
Yeah, and I'll go probably as late in the round as possible because I need you guys to clear out the way, and I think we need to get back into that dining room or the seance room as quick as possible so I can shut the portal down if we're still trying to do that. I still think that's the answer.
Oh yeah, it is. We've only been at this for like 15 actual seconds.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if we were leaving the house altogether because you guys were running, but so I'll go last. That's probably the best.
Okay, so the order is Giles, Victor, Florence, Walter.
Sure. I think that summarizes. So then, what is this villain that we see?
You don't see any villains.
Oh, okay.
The
Then I
house
just
is
keep
attacking
going.
you.
Then I just keep going down the hallway because I don't know better.
All right, you continue down the hallway at top speed. Victor.
Yes.
Just like I said,
Um.
side without rugs, least number of.
There is no side without rugs. There is a side with less paintings.
Go with that one.
Is it possible to like charge down and sort of like act as a decoy to like get the rugs to sort of follow me and pay attention to me so everybody else has a better chance and I can just hack at the rug with like my butcher's knife?
Try. Roll persuasion plus either presence or composure, whatever's better.
Persuasion. Oh, well, this is going to be a garbage roll. No. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Actually, that's a perfect roll. Look at that.
Nice. That's what I do. I like go down and I'm like trying to like act as a decoy so everybody else can sort of get by.
Florence.
Hmm. I'm trying to think of what she might be able to do, considering she's a Victorian stereotypical lady.
We know she can faint.
I was actually just thinking that. I was like, Florence used feint. It was extremely effective. Pokemon reference, anyone?
Florence is out of moves. Florence struggles.
She's going to pick up her skirts like a lady does, like a lady do, and she's going to shuffle down the hall as quickly as she can in her high-heeled nonsense.
Okay.
Only
And
going
Walter.
slow because your servants aren't there to help.
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, they're clearing out the area. There's a distraction.
No. I mean,
I'm running down full speed.
Right.
We have
Victor is trying to cause commotion.
Victor,
No one
yes.
else is. Is
Yeah.
he being successful?
I'm
You
just
don't know.
trying. I'm just trying to
Then-
get the hell out.
When you say get the hell out, do you mean like out of the house?
Out of the
Like,
house
that's
so that we can then break into the
back in
window.
through the window? Okay. Then I'm gonna follow.
kitchen.
Then I'm gonna follow Giles and stay as close to him as possible, since he's the one that's leading me out, and then immediately back in. I don't like that. I don't like those rules. I don't like those. I don't like those rules at all. Hello? No.
Okay.
No. I disbelieve.
So, first up, we have Victor. Victor, the majority of the hallway does in fact attack you, and you get pelted with paintings, and wood, and rugs, and I'm pretty sure the wallpaper slapped you at some point. A ghost actually shows up and ectoplasm punches you. It's really gross.
Gross.
I'm gonna need you to roll stamina 3 times.
Just stamina?
Yeah, this is to attempt to throw off damage. Soaking the damage.
Failure.
I like it. It's a good start. I mean, I'm sorry.
Success. Success. 2 successes.
So, you take 3 bubbles of damage.
Okay.
You would finish filling out... Actually, did you take any in the kitchen? No. So you just
No.
fill out your first row. It's just a flesh wound. Okay, now I'm going to need Giles to roll once for stamina.
Oh, yay. It's too bad I can't use Don't Give Me That for this. 1 success.
You take 2 bubbles of damage. Table
Yay.
tripped you. Real good. I'm going to need Florence to roll once. His stamina.
Oh, goodness. Here we go. Let's see what happens. It's gonna be fun. Wah! One success?
You take no bubbles of damage. And lastly, Walter.
How many rolls?
Just the one.
Just the one. Okay.
You guys only got hit once because most of it went after Vincent.
Thank you, Vincent. I lost my hat. Rug tripped me.
No.
Well, 2 points to the group pool, Devin.
No.
Ouch.
Wow.
Can I disbelieve that?
Well,
Good luck disbelieving that, Devin Jr.
Walter,
Jeez.
3 bubbles. You take 3 bubbles of damage, and
Ooh, that's gonna leave a scar.
a rug trips you, and you go flying directly into Vincent. 2 of you get tangled up in each other, and you hit the wall. As a secret door opens on you, you fall inside, and the secret door slams shut, and a table slides in front of it. You're separated
What?
Wait, I'm stuck with Walter?
in the walls. Yes.
Oh.
Ouch.
Okay. So,
Not happy.
where were we? So now we're back up to Giles. It is you and the fair lady in the hallway. The other 2 are gone, and you're like, what? What? No! You rush over to the wall, and you feel it, but you can't find the seams.
And then this is the moment I use my quip. Let's split up.
Oh no.
Well, my lady, it appears that you and I are on our own, so let's continue to try and leave the house.
The other 2, they will be fine, yes?
Oh, they'll be perfectly all right. There's no reason to worry about them.
I need the cut to me being, help us, we're not okay. Doom, doom.
Perfectly fine. There's nothing to worry about. They're both.
Do not leave me stuck in this
You
wall
say-
with this brute. No.
At least one of them is capable.
You hear that for a second. That's funny. Then, the ground shakes under all 4 of your feet. And you feel it rotate. And as you look, you watch the walls slide and the doors rearrange themselves. And suddenly, Florence and Giles, you're on the 2nd floor.
That's going to make jumping out of a window a little bit harder.
But also cooler.
I was going to have to jump out a window? I'm a lady. I don't do such things.
Well, of course not. I would gently escort you through the window.
That I would do. However, we are on the 2nd floor now.
The hallways are not attacking you.
Milady, do you know, can you approximate based on, since this is your house, do you think you know which way is the exit still?
So, the way you're laid out is you're on a hallway that's on the outer wall. All the rooms are on the inside. The hallway wraps around the floor on the outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over the main entrance, it's a balcony with grand staircase. That's not where you're at. Florence is able to tell you that you're on the back wall of the house. And you're in the middle of the hallway, and there's 2 corners front and behind you that would go, east and west, get back towards the front of the house. You're on the south. However, you hear a strange noise rushing at you from the western side. Very liquidy and sloshy. And yeah, we're straight up ripping this off. A torrent of blood comes tearing around the corner in a wave.
So we go east. So we go east.
My dear Giles, please tell me that is wine.
Yes, wine. Wine that we need to avoid like the plague, which apparently Americans are bad at. I'm sorry, what?
You turn and look the other way, and it's coming around that corner too.
A window? Is there a window?
There are windows and doors into rooms.
I'm gonna try and open one of the windows.
Okay. Got anything you want to throw at this, like quips or archetypes?
Uh,
You don't have to. Just ask.
well, all of my quips they don't sound useful.
Don't apply here?
mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I am gonna tell her let's split up, because other than that, it's perhaps this is the clue that leads to my demise. And I
Opens
need a few
window.
more pieces
Let's
of
split
puzzles.
up. Fling.
Let's split up. We'll go faster alone. Grab her, throw her out the window. I told you I'd help.
need to shrink.
I told you I'd help.
Roll enigmas.
That was a clip, by the way.
Plus cunning. No, enigmas plus resolve.
Darn, I was really liking that cunning.
I know, but it doesn't apply here because you're a little bit scared right now.
2 successes.
2 successes. And then I need Florence to roll composure plus integrity.
Just asking, was this a 3 difficulty die, or is... Okay, I was going to say, if it was, I'll use an enhancement, because...
You did succeed. You needed to.
Cool.
So I'm going to use my trademark, the buck stops here. Which does not sound very Victorian.
Sorry, I just realized that was supposed to be enigmas. I put empathy, so I would have had 1 more die, but it worked.
I know how to make it work.
Yeah, you do.
She looks fondly out the window and goes, "Ah, the deers. Normally when they come around, the buck stops here."
Yes, 10 times.
I'm gonna need votes from you two.
Pun Master General.
No, I'll allow it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you can have your extra dice.
Aw, yes.
Oh,
How's it?
oh no! Plus 2
Chicken
dice to the
nuggets.
rewrite pool.
Wow.
So what you realize... Okay, this is perfect. So what you realize...
It's never good when Tyler is happy with the roll that comes out like that.
It is always hilarious, though. As
you
long
realize,
as you
Giles,
don't care
as you
about
go
your
to
life.
open the window, that if you fling this window open, it's not going to take you outside because the house will rearrange. It'll be in an interior window. You should do the opposite and go in one of the interior rooms. You should fool the house before it fools you. And you turn around to go, "My lady!" And she comes screaming and trails right into you. Hit the wall so hard you're knocked flat to shit out.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
My lady.
Florence!
You are not going in the right direction.
Nah, you were knocked out.
Florence, please roll might plus athletics and drag poor Giles into one of those rooms before he drowns in wine.
In wine, that's exactly what it is.
In very thick wine.
Ew.
It's actually High's blood. That's the reason
2.
why it's still wine.
You drag him into the room, and the door opens, and the camera shows a dark room, and she drags him inside, and she's not looking behind her. And as she kicks the door shut, the lightning strikes, and for a brief moment you see something tall and dark with sharp teeth smiling in the corner. The door slams shut, and we return back to Victor and Walter. Walter.
Did they just
I'm
get
sorry,
eaten?
Victor. We'll find out in a minute. Victor, please talk Walter down from his panicky pounding on the door for 1 moment.
Walter, that's not...
No.
lad, that's not going to do any good. The house is against us. You think
They
it's going to
can-
open that wall?
They can hear the pounding in the wall and know where
They're
we
not
are.
there. They're not there. They heard...
They're there.
Are they pounding back and screaming at you? No, they're not.
They were right there.
No. And the house ate them, probably. Like, it ate us, so...
No.
Walter, lad, come on. We got... do we have a light? Do you have a light? We need a light. Get a light. We need to follow this passage. Obviously...
They have the lighter I use to light my girthy candles.
Plus 1 enhancement for breaking Sean in character. Carry on.
Never forget about girthy candles.
And now I know what I'm getting Sean for his birthday. I'm getting
Oh,
him
okay.
candles.
Holy crap. Holy crap. Okay. Do you have girthy candles on you?
No, but if you
No.
recall, these secret passages had candelabras in them. They were just blown out last time you were here.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So for now, though, I'll pull out one of my matches or a lighter, whatever they had in the 18 blah blah blahs.
17
Is an accurate
blah.
representation of the year you were in.
And I'll light one up. Oh, look. It appears there is a candelabra Zaharba here. I'm sorry.
Please make composure plus integrity, Walter, to see if you can suppress your terror enough to light the candles without setting the hallway on fire.
Composure plus...
You almost made me spew my water.
integrity, you said?
Composure plus integrity.
I'll use that enhancement you just gave me, because why not?
Okay.
I'd like to not get stuck in the hallway while it's on fire. 4 successes.
Oh, wow.
Okay. You not only figure out how to light the candelabra, you figure out how to detach it from the wall so you can carry it.
Perfect. Now, Brute, now that I have provided us with the light, you will lead us to safety.
Hey,
Go.
don't boss me.
He
Don't
unhooks,
boss
he
me.
unhooks the candelabra, and he says, now that I have the light, you will lead us to... Ah! Because when he turns and looks down the hallway, there's ghostly figures rushing at you.
Ah, the ghosts, the spirits! Hits him! Hits him!
We call them the undead, and I'm gonna attack those spirits.
Please vote. That's equip.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna say yes.
Can I also
Approved.
yell out?
Add the dice.
Can I also yell out? It's not the undead. This is an orgy of horror.
Yes. Vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll give
You
my
can
extra
both
die.
add plus
I'll give
one
my
to your
extra die to
next rolls.
Sean if it helps.
Sure, I'll allow it.
Do I have? I'm a hunter. Do I have something I can smear on a weapon or like rub it in some garlic real quick or something to like?
There's some blood upstairs.
Do I know
Let's
how to
see.
fight
Hold on.
spirits?
Check Vincent out. Got that cake. You do in fact have the trope, a wreath of garlic. Did you write
Oh.
down what that does?
Isn't that the one that like fights very specific monsters? Like one like we chose. I don't think we ever chose.
We are going to pull that one up because it seems appropriate in this situation. That's a trope, right? Yes. Okay. You are a hunter. Okay. Hunter. Oh. I don't think this is one where it writes down what they are. Oh, here we go. Yes.
Yeah, I've got it up too. What are you looking at?
We're looking for the description of his trope, wreath of garlic.
Wreath of garlic. Choose an item and dedicate it to repel a specific type of monster. Discuss this with your director before the game starts. If you hold the item in a stretched arm before the monster, they must succeed on an integrity plus resolve roll to approach you. So you're literally Van Helsing holding the garlic out in front of
I
you.
will allow it to be ghost, but then you can't make it cultists or demons later.
No, I mean, that would mean that's a whole nother. Yeah, I'm gonna go with ghosts. Ghost sounds fine.
Okay.
We did come here with the expectation of ghosts to begin with.
So wait, does that mean
that's
that
why I'm okay
now,
with it.
now you're a ghost hunter?
Well, no, like there's a whole tie-in where
Yeah.
like that's supposed to be specific to like what killed my character's family. So stop. No, not a ghost hunter. That's not. No.
Wait,
Your,
wait.
your family
You're not
was
from
killed
this
by
country.
ghosts?
You're not from Wales, right?
No.
Does that make you a ghost hunter international?
Yep.
I'm going to leave this game.
Okay.
I'm going to walk
I
away.
like that at least two
You're
of you
gonna-
knew where I was going with that when I
Yep.
asked the initial question.
Yep.
I am
Give us
so
some
proud
give us
right
some
now.
ghost hunting repellent inspiration here, Sean. What do you got?
I don't. What do you want me to do? What am I? Sorry, Steve. Just
Just
Off the
start
rails.
Victor. We need Victor to whip out his ghost repellent. You need to tell us what it is. It actually makes
okay. So he actually has like, this like charm necklace that has like all these like holy symbols from all sorts of cultures. Like it's been doused with holy water. Everything's just like been like ruminating this in this garlic pickle juice. So like there's that smell, and it's just like there's a couple of bobs of like garlic that are so old on it. They've like grown out the little spurts on top of it and stuff. And dangling from is just like this big silver cross. So he's just got like this whole like charm trinket that he's assembled through his career that just when he fought a monster or something and it did the trick, like he just put it on it. And he
Walter,
has a
first you
Pandora
think he's
bracelet.
pulling out a giant key ring. Not a key ring. It's what he described, but it's like a key ring. He's like, no, it's not that one. No, that's the front door. No, shit, that's my car. This is what you're watching.
Some
Until he
brute.
finally comes up with, which one are you specifically?
Um,
And he drops the keys.
so there was
Horror movie.
this old Celtic ruin that had this like stone charm. It's this little stone piece, like these little like runes like tapped into it, and it's been dipped in garlic and then like silvered.
Perfect.
Okay.
You fling it out towards them, and they still come rushing at you, but they explode into mist as they hit you and pass around you as harmless vapor.
Nice. Take that, you dirty ghosts. Killed my family.
Walter,
Not
this
these
is when
ones
you turn to the
specifically.
camera and say, "Did you feel that? I felt something." Because you're ghost hunters. Walter is not committed to this all the way. You carry on down the hallway. Come to an intersection. You can go left or right.
No, I was still trying to take it all in. I was gonna be like, so what did you do to those poor spirits?
I sent them back to hell.
Remind
Or
me.
maybe you freed them to eternal peace.
Discorporated them.
No, I'm a hunter. If the spirits wanted peace, they would have gone on. They're just angry now, and they're
They're
go
trapped
back to
in the
hell.
house, remember?
They are
Yeah.
trapped
this-
here. This brute. Remember, they scream for our help.
Do they?
They are confused and
Or
lashing
perhaps-
out.
Or perhaps they're trying to trick you, lad. Trick you into releasing them, and then they eat your soul, and then you're trapped here forever.
Lead the way, brute. Get me back to the room so I can close the portal and help these spirits.
You call me brute one more time, lad, and I'll show you how brutish I can be.
They carry on.
And yeah, I continue down the hallway with him. Are you carrying the light?
Yes.
So basically, there's light every once, but there's just my massive big shadows just in the way,
Yes.
and we're feeling along the walls and continuing on. I pick up my charm as we go by.
But it's also, those old style movies where the darkness is just a blue kind of like cell shade in front of a
Somehow the moonlight has paled in here, and we can still see
like
pretty
we
okay.
can still see perfectly fine, even though it's
Right.
completely pitch dark.
Right. Okay.
Of course.
Right? Yes.
Yes. And the light changes direction too. Sometimes it's in front of you and beside you, but it's never actually coming from you.
It's weirdly staged. I don't know how, but it's weirdly staged. The lighting is.
You come to an intersection. Left or right?
Othello's. It's like he was an Irish prisoner sent to the Australian penal colony and then escaped.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like it.
Okay. That's also canon. So, thank you, chat. That was amazing. So, you can go left or right.
Always go left.
But left is never right.
Always go left.
Left is right.
Turn the corner. Turn the corner to go left. And I need you to make dexterity plus survival. Both of you.
Both of us? Okay.
Now, what chat and the viewers don't know, whether I choose left or right, this would still happen. Dexterity plus what? I'm sorry, I was being a jerk.
Survival. And actually, no, I had a different trap on
Uh-huh.
I have 2 successes.
I have 4 successes.
Oh, okay. You both turn because you're in a hurry and you're running, and you didn't realize the floor slopes dramatically downward.
Oh.
Vincent, you're able to stop yourself before you go sliding down and grab Walter by the collar so he doesn't go.
Careful on the cape.
That's a... What?
You can still go, but if you were running, you'd have went face first, end over end.
Okay, I kind of want to shimmy along the wall,
Also,
brace up along the wall.
Remember, if this matters, the house shifted for them, but not you, and you entered the secret passage on the first floor. This means you're not heading out; you're heading deeper in.
Yeah, we're going to the downward, which is fine. That's where the monsters are, where we'll kill them.
So you don't want to turn and go the other way.
You might find the secret passage into the kitchen.
Because
Okay.
we're always supposed to make the worst decision possible, and this seems like the worst decision possible.
Yes, we definitely want to head deep into the house to where the summoning is happening.
Right, exactly.
You very carefully make your way down the treacherous, downward-facing hallway, and you reach the bottom. It's dramatically colder here.
A wise man once said, "You need to go down to go up," or something like that. I don't remember.
It is dramatically colder here.
Okay.
Bruno's still kicking out words of wisdom.
And there is a hallway that widens out into a throne.
Okay.
The floor is rough packed dirt, and it smells like a cellar, and the walls are concrete. Or they used to build cellars in the Victorian era. Failed
Dirt.
on that one.
Are there
Concrete.
any big wine
Victorian
casks
concrete.
or anything?
What?
Are there any big wine casks or anything?
Not yet, but there probably will be farther in.
Okay. What's it look like here? Like I know you just, not description wise, but do I notice anything out of the ordinary? Is there anything that catches my eye? Just kind of peering around.
If you want to try to sneak up to the corner and look around, yes, or not sneak up. It's up to you how you approach.
I am a slightly stealthy man. Is that larceny?
Yep, that's larceny plus dexterity in this.
Okay, gonna roll that. Boom, 2 successes.
Nice. You're able to sneak up to the corner and look around it, and you can see that deeper in this room it widens out even more, and a whole big area has been cleared of stuff that's shoved up against all the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a pentagram with people around it chanting.
Standard issue?
Standard issue.
Standard issue, okay. Really?
Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them.
So we technically had nothing to do probably with what's going on. Like the seance is garbage.
Give me intellect plus enigmas. And then after you roll that, give me intellect plus empathy.
I'm not a smart man.
2 more, Devin. We're at 6 now. And then empathy.
You want me to
plus
also do the intellect and enigmas?
Only if you're gonna walk up to the corner or sneak up to the corner with him. You move deeper into the room and look around.
No, I'll do the clutching the
Okay.
candelabra and be like, go, finds the information, go.
Okay. I botched, so...
Yes, now you need to roll intellect plus empathy.
That one's slightly better. Nope.
So what you get... 7, Devin. So what you get
Nice.
is you can't tell how long they've been doing this. You can't... The lighting's bad. The guy behind you's bugging you. Killed a bunch of ghosts. You woke up in the middle of the night. Having a bad day. So you don't really manage to pick up on how long they've been there or what stage of the ritual they're in.
Okay.
But what you can tell, you also don't get any information about them if they might be connected to people already in the house. But what you can tell is that the cold breeze coming at you is coming from the outside. You weren't feeling that before, and it's not because you went deeper. It's because as you entered the lower levels, someone opened an entrance to the outside. So it's possible they just got here.
Oh, really? Huh.
You don't know what the connection there is, but
there's pentagrams and there's... All right, they're evil. So...
Just right away, okay.
Yeah, can you combine tropes?
You can use multiple tropes in one scene. They apply.
Okay. So, I don't remember... Steve, you had the tropes open, right?
Yes.
I need you to read Never Go Wrong with a Knife.
Once per story, when wielding a knife, you may bypass any armor-based complications linked to the monster you're attacking.
Okay. And what about aim, breathe, shoot?
That might not be a hunter because
Yeah, I'm
you
trying
pick
to...
one trope from a different list. Probably dupe.
No, I think not.
It's going to be either dupe or raconteur.
Oh, there it is. Your weapon is an extension of yourself. In one combat scene during a story, you never suffer complications based on distractions during a gunfight.
Okay, these won't. So I want to. Oh, Vincent doesn't decipher. Like, no, these are cultists. They're bad. They're evil. So he's gonna throw his knife at one of the cultists.
Okay. Dexterity plus athletics for throwing. I'm sorry, aim for throwing.
He kind of mutters to himself. I work somewhere between justice and vengeance.
Oh my god.
Take your quip.
Take my quip.
Take your quip and throw it.
I hear no negatives. Do it.
All right, going out.
I was
wow,
speechless.
Quip,
I needed it
saved you.
because
wow. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So you throw the knife. It doesn't actually stab the guy, but it hits him right inside of the head, and it makes him bounce and drop his thing, which shatters, which disrupts everyone else and stops the ritual.
Okay.
Of course, they all turn and face you.
Uh-huh.
Have fun.
And as they all turn and face you, they part, and inside the center of the pentagram is some tall, elegant-looking, 6'3" man, very muscly, with the perfect supervillain pointy mustache, much like the Professor in the modern era. Slicked back hair, monocle, gaunt features, black pants, black shirt.
And
he looks at you, and he's got a flowing black cape with a red inside. He flings it open and crosses his arm. He's like, "So I see, you're finally here."
You said monocle twice. Does he have one on each eye, or is it like
Double
doubled
monocle.
up?
Please say that he does.
No,
Yes.
it's one eye with 2 monocles on it.
Yes, double monocle. One's big, one's little.
That's amazing.
It's a binary bionicle.
Telescopic monocle.
It's a really old version of progressive lenses.
It's a monocle bifocal.
Oh man.
I approve.
So
Okay,
it's a bimonocle.
Sean,
Yeah.
go punch him.
He looks around with his arms crossed, and he puts his hands on his sides, and he says, "I see she is not here, that vile woman who would steal this house from us. No matter, we will kill you now and kill her later."
Why? Oh, I'm not there.
Actually, you can hear all
Yeah.
of this. This is
Oh, I
around
can
the
hear
corner.
it. Brute, what is happening?
I told you.
Oh,
Also, there's
have no fear.
th-
we
who's
know
there?
we know he is there, and you hear a sultry chuckle from behind you. Male sultry chuckle.
no,
sorry.
Steve, you're gonna
Walter.
die.
I
Walter,
spin
you're gonna
around. I
die.
spin
Oh,
around and hold the
no.
flame out.
There is a svelte, buxom lady wearing just enough clothing to reveal everything. Also with an awesome black cape with a red lining that standing there with long black hair and green eyes, and flanked by 2 cultists.
And you did mention that
Smiles.
it's.
Her teeth
you
are
did-
pointy.
You did mention it's very cold here, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Young lady, I suggest you cover up. There is a draft.
She says, "Oh, you'll warm me just fine," and smiles, revealing her fangs.
Ah! Can I shove the candle in her face?
You can roll initiative.
Yeah! Here we go.
2 on 12.
Correct.
Hey,
Everything. Will be
let's split the
fine.
party. We'll go faster alone.
It's 9, right? Yeah. I can just roll this. There we go. 13.
I got a 7.
I'm waiting for the 29 from Tyler.
Actually, I'm looking at the chat conversation, and I was going to let Steve know. Partial consolation prize. The supervillain in this scene is Michael Fassbender.
Oh, okay. That's not
Really?
bad.
And
I'm okay.
Rebecca Romijn is the supervillainess, only with black hair.
Michael's Fassbenders?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
hate
got
saying
that
it.
sexy supervillain voice.
I can only picture Patrick Stewart being the token Dracula that's supposed to be funnier than serious, but that's only because of the fact that as the later years has progressed, it seems like Patrick Stewart's gone more the funny, serious route.
Fun things in your old age, yes. So, we got a 7 and a 13. Cultists.
Patrick Stewart is Dracula and Ian McKellen is Frankenstein. I'll take it.
Cultists got a 4.
Yeah, stupid cultists.
Dumb cultists.
17 for McKellen.
Okay.
Wait, Frankenstein's here?
And an 18 for Rebecca Romijn.
God damn it.
Yes, she's better at fighting than him.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Then, Vincent, you're going to keep your 13, I assume? Because you're the fighter?
You should go first.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah. You are better combat than me.
And as you go to launch into the fight, the camera pans back up on the room as a match is struck. The candle is lit, a girthy candle. And light slowly fades into the scene, and we see no toothy monster in the room. The room itself, there's lightning and thunder happening outside, but yes, now suddenly they are on an exterior room, even though they went interior to get into the room. It would appear that before he was knocked out, the supposition of Giles was correct. But Giles is unconscious, and Florence is sitting on the floor and has Giles' head in her lap, and she's trying to gently slap him awake. Her hair is a little out of sorts, and her cape is missing. On the fourth slap, Giles, you wake up.
Yeah, milady, I'm already married. Wait, what's going on?
Sir, you were unconscious. There were.
Who knocked me out? I don't remember anyone hitting me over the back of the head. Wait,
your face smacked my bosom and then was bounced into the wall.
Oh, okay, I can understand.
And this is a Victorian era, so when she says your face smacked your bosom, it's like hitting metal.
Yeah. No, I thoroughly understand now how I was knocked unconscious.
That browser is +2 AC.
Is my nose broken? No? Okay, good. So I look around the room.
No toothy villain here. Everything is calm. And the window to the outside is open. You don't know how long you were out.
The window! And it's outside. And the house doesn't appear to be trying to kill us. Oh! Jolly good. Let's get the hell out. I try and open the window.
You gonna go out the window?
Yeah, I try and open the window.
The window is already open.
Oh! Brilliant! I assist the lady through the window.
Athletics plus
say.
might. Or athletics plus cunning if you want to rig some kind of rope.
I would like to rig rope and sheets because I don't
cunning
expect...
plus athletics.
I do not expect the lady to do any work on her own.
And that... okay, cunning plus survival.
Alright. With one success, and I'm presuming
you're able to get her
not
out.
enough.
And then cunning plus athletics for yourself after you lower her down basket style.
Okay. Two successes.
You are able to escape the house, but as you tear around the corner towards the dining room, you see three figures lit up by lightning, slipping around the side of the building and entering some sort of secret cellar entrance.
What?
Secret cellar entrance?
A buxom, scantily clad lady and two people dressed all in black.
Audible gasp.
With hoods and robes.
Yes, audible gasp. Milady.
Servants! Servants!
No. Shh.
Jesus.
I always knew I was going to get killed one of these days.
Give me what do I want for that? Give me a larceny plus cunning to see if you're quick enough to react to that, Spectre.
Trying to make my hair crazy and it's not working. There we go. Crazy enough.
6!
You easily stop her from informing them. And you're able to drag her along and shadow them to the secret entrance.
The moment she begins to open her mouth, I just quickly clamp it shut. And I just kind of do the...
Wow.
And then I slowly remove my hand from her mouth. And then I say, they aren't servants.
They are. Of the devil.
Gasp.
Okay, they aren't your servants.
What are they?
They tracked Mud into the house. They're obviously not her servants.
Mud. Ah, yes, Mud. I remember Mud.
Exactly.
I remember Mud.
Now we need to follow them and see what's going on. Milady, look down. There's Mud.
Ah, yes. I remember mud.
So I drag her along.
Okay, everything's fine and normal here. You drag her along to the secret entrance to the cellar. And follow them in.
Didn't know that I had a cellar, did you?
Did you know you had a cellar?
No, I didn't.
I believe it's where you keep your wine.
Indeed. And what else would one keep with wine in the cellar?
More wine. Now, milady, I believe we're losing them.
Ah, yes, losing it.
No, them.
Oh, indeed.
Them.
Let us follow.
The mud. We have to follow the mud.
Let us follow the mud. What does the mud say?
Usually squelch, squelch, squelch. So, I take the slowly losing it lady along with me. Quietly. Trailing them.
Okay. Larceny plus dex.
Alright.
2 enhancements from that 6. Which come after you succeed.
Alright, cool. Gives me a total of 4. 2 successes.
You needed 3, so remove 1 enhancement.
Alright.
Okay, you're able to follow them right up to their dramatic confrontation with Walter. So, you two may now roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Terrible. But I'm glad that my terrible roll is on a initiative.
Well, the better initiative than you. Ha!
Nice.
You both going to keep your places? Let's go with the 13 and the 11.
Yeah.
I think the 13 is highly appropriate.
Yeah.
Lawrence, what's your dex?
3.
What's your dex, Vincent?
More than 3.
4.
Okay. So,
Mine is 2 if you're curious.
He didn't ask you.
I'm not.
no, it's because Vincent and Florence tied.
Got it.
First up is the lady. With her dramatic smile, she leaps at Walter.
No! She's being burned in the face hole.
That's a good roll.
That's not. No. Not allowed to be a good roll. No, that's a lot of 9s.
Ooh.
Wait, there's a lot of 1s in there too.
Yeah, but ones don't matter.
cancel in this
Yeah,
game.
ones don't
No,
cancel.
why does this? No.
She leaps on top of
Because-
you, pushes your head to the side, and sinks her fangs into your neck.
Oh,
Ah.
And
Nothing will happen until next turn.
Steve, it's made that way for people like me who will roll like 1 8 and 7 1s.
7 1s.
So
Yeah.
that I still don't
Oh, no.
get a failure.
Oh no, that system
All
has
right.
benefited us far more than it's hurt us. I just
Mhm.
in that moment.
Mr. Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
the warlock, does
Who's
the
a
evil
warlock?
fingers at you, and lightning blasts you across the room. Evil purple lightning.
Is this a
Roll stamina.
blast?
It
Perhaps
hits you right in the chest.
Oh, wait.
He screams,
This
"Hail
guy's-
Satan!" and his voice echoes.
This guy's blasting lightning through people in the chest?
No, you.
Does my-
He hit you in the chest.
Not-
Roll stamina.
not lightning, but like a sort of
It is lightning.
Abominable
It's evil
energy.
devil lightning.
Right.
It's not lightning, it's an
It's
electric
an-
shock.
You
that
might
hits
call
the
it
back.
Eldritch.
eldritch.
Blast?
Shot?
Now, if he were to hit me in the chest with the lightning
An eldritch arc.
and it goes through my body, is there a blood spatter pattern on the back wall that's in the shape of a pentagram?
Guess you'll find out if you roll badly.
I think
The
we just solved the
characters-
mystery of the lightning that exploded
Yeah.
in that
You-
room.
This is the reveal of the Victorian supervillains, him and her.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Tesla Blast.
I was
Damn
being
it.
an asshole. What am I rolling?
Stamina, because you got hit with lightning.
Like, the fact that you don't get to roll anything else is just garbage. Come on. Why can't I?
That's what you get for not wearing a rubber suit.
You don't roll your AC in D&D, sir. One success. You
Okay.
take one wound and you're flung against the wall. It hurts a lot.
Okay.
So one more bubble. Now you're under. That'll leave a scar.
Right. So when it says like +2 archetype dice and all that, like,
If
what
you
does that mean?
whenever I hit you, you can choose to not avoid the wound. And if you do, you immediately get that bonus to your next roll. But if you also don't absorb the damage, you fill out the entire row. Part of it.
Yeah, okay.
So you sacrifice the row of injuries for extra dice.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Vincent, you're next.
Oh. That dude needs to die. I'm sure I got like my monster killing knife or something on me, maybe.
You have all of your equipment on you. You all came fully prepared before the
Okay.
scene started originally.
Okay.
You could melee him or you could shoot him. If you melee him, you're moving into range of all those cultists too.
No. I wanna shoot him. And what's considered a combat scene? Like the entire like thing that goes on for combat?
The whole fight. Yep, start to
Okay.
finish.
I want to use aim, breathe, shoot,
Okay.
which negates all complications based on distractions during a gunfight. Or, I guess gunfight.
It's good because you had some from being electrocuted.
Right. So I'm gonna shoot this guy. Aim and dexterity.
Correct.
Okay. I'm just gonna whip out like a small like hand crossbow and like pull it and try to shoot him.
Okay.
Because I mean he could be a vampire. I don't know. Aim for the heart. Little silver tip on the end.
One success. One success hits him. You can't tell if it had an effect or not. But it hit him, and it went into his body. It didn't like bounce off an evil shield.
It hit him.
Oh, that was
right.
a stamina roll. I was looking at the wrong thing. I apologize. 5 successes.
I hadn't rolled yet.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. You hit him center mass, and it flings him backward into the pentagram, and cultists close around him. Giles.
Okay.
I apologize. Florence,
Yeah.
your turn.
I'm going to sit there and stare at everything that's going on.
Giles.
Giles is going to, rather than going after the obvious villainous that is grasping my compatriot, I'm going to take out that iron pot that I had earlier and beat one of those two cultists over the back of the head when they're unawares.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my
Might plus close combat.
I'm going to use my sneakiness to attack the one that isn't even the villain, main villain.
Okay.
2 successes.
You hit him across the head real good. It doesn't knock him out, but it rings his bell.
Can I use an enhancement to
Yes.
break
Yes,
his
you can
noggin?
use as many of them as you want.
How many is it to knock him out?
20.
4 more.
4 more. I can't knock him out, but I can do more. So 3 more. I want
Okay.
to brain him.
He is very stunned and will have penalties on his turn. Yeah, most enemies have 4 to 5 health. Except for super. Walter.
Yes. Well, I'm
Your
being sanguinated.
You are. What would you like to do about it? It's really pleasurable. You like it. It's the greatest thing that ever happened. It's better than sex.
Except this is deeply unnatural, but I kind of like it. I'm immune to monstrous influences. I gain +1 enhancement to all rolls used to resist gaining negative mental conditions such as stunned or panicked.
In that case, you can roll your integrity plus composure +1. Well, no, that's an enhancement. It comes after you.
Okay, so
Integrity plus composure
integrity and composure.
to not give in to the sensation.
And this is not a bonus. This is if I get one success, it's bumped up to 2, right? It's one of those
Correct.
situations. Okay, cool. Mother. Okay, we're okay. We're fine. We're fine here. We're okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, you have to react like this is great and you don't want to fight back. You can do something to someone else, though. Not her. Also, you're grappled, so, you're going to have that.
Okay. Dang it. I was really hoping that thing would work. Okay.
Also, you're up to 8 rewrite dice. Keep that in mind.
That is correct. I was thinking about that.
How much would it cost to rewrite a prop?
I believe, double check quickly, that the prop thing is 2.
Okay.
Yes, 2.
But I can't. But I can't because I like this. Okay, crap.
You can do anything you want. It's your character who can't. You want the fake fangs to snap? Sure.
No,
that's not anything Walter did.
No, I was thinking something else. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, so I want to use if it's okay with everybody, I want to use 2 of the rewrites. And I have the candelabra in one hand, and I'm getting fanginated on the other side. And then as she's like digging in and slurping up the blood, we move and press in a certain way, or the candelabra presses into her, and it is made of silver. It is a nice old silver candelabra.
I'll allow it. She screams and hisses in pain.
So it's not me hitting her with
it.
It's that she's just bumping into it as she's doing it.
She screams in pain and hisses, and you'll see what happens on her turn.
All right.
Fangs aren't in your neck though, because
she gold.
Supervillain yells from inside the pentagram. You can never defeat us. We have already summoned the servants of our Lord. He will bring us to glory. We will all descend into power and absolute blood and mayhem. It will be amazing. You will all die. Infidels, fools! And he expounds for his entire turn. That is plot. The lady hisses, recoils, tries to slap that out of your hand. Violently.
No.
And she pulls in a supervillain archetype. To ruin Steve.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a good ruin. Yep. She slaps the candle out of your hand and rolls down.
Yikesity, yikes.
Which hits the wall and shatters.
Oof. Big oof.
Nothing.
So we're back to 7.
3 injuries and your hand is broken. You're off hand, not your good hand.
Okay.
You all hear the snap.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. It worked though. You're not getting your blood sucked.
That is true.
All right, Vincent.
There's shattered pieces of silver on the ground.
Yeah, but I'm really occupied by that dude.
Yeah, but you're the only person I can think of that would suplex her into the shattered remnants of the
could
candle.
you like do a brain buster?
The GM is going to give you a moment to look at stuff because the GM highly recommends you break out some cool cinematics here because if you don't, you will be overwhelmed. The odds are against you without something cool, cinematic-wise.
Yeah, this is definitely the time to start using these dice and getting crazy with it.
So take a moment to see what you can find. Steve, lead the way.
None of us
It's a
on this
big list.
None of us on this one are haunted though, so no hopeful haunts.
Yeah. Cinematic powers. Let's look this up.
Helpful hint. There's at least 2 that are perfect.
Leads to the clunky. I mean, we can always go to our old favorite cheap set.
You can go to cheap
That would
set
work,
to help
but
us
not
out.
the perfect one.
We can Deus Ex whatever we need in.
Yes, that's one of the perfect ones.
Delete the remainder of the scene.
Oh look, Molotov cocktails in a crate. Where'd that come from?
Huh. Oh yeah, that power.
Delete the scene. These are supervillains. You'll be worse later.
Guys, it's the
I
one
know.
it's the one we joked about. That's the actual answer.
What's that?
Deus
Also,
Ex
yes,
Molotov.
that would be perfect.
No, no.
The one in Discord.
The one in Discord.
Do it.
I can tell you
Oh,
that
okay,
will work.
yeah.
Not in the way,
Yeah.
and not in the way you think.
Oh, I don't care how it works. I kind of want to do this.
That would
Hype it
be
up.
fun,
We gotta show. We
but-
have to show the audience now.
Okay.
It's
No.
not a
Okay.
70s
It's my
Hammer
turn.
film
I'm
without-
using what I want.
Well, I'm gonna say what I put on
Actually, you got to vote to use.
What I was gonna say,
cinematics.
we're just gonna deny all your votes until you pick the right answer.
I'm not doing. You guys, that is your thing. You can do that. I'm gonna do
What
something
would
else.
you like to do on your turn?
I want to do. So the candelabra, did it fall somewhere? Like,
broken.
It shattered. He's right. There is broken silver, but it's nowhere near you. He slapped it. They slapped
It's not
it
what I
out of
want.
Walter's hand,
did
and it
did
shattered
the candles
behind
fall?
the cultist and the lady.
Where did the candles fall?
Behind the lady and the cultist.
Okay, so can we
Far
do
away
cheap,
from you as possible.
cheap set where the whole thing starts catching on fire?
No, because you can't burn the house yet because of plot. But you can have a rewrite because I denied it.
That puts us back up to 8.
Really?
Yeah, you can't burn the house down.
Yes, no
'cause
burning the
it has
house
to
yet
exist in the
until
70s.
it's time.
Yeah.
Correct.
But I'm not getting no. Like the fire can go out. Like,
Oh no, there's a plot reason that I'm not going to spoil yet. You'll find out because it's part of the story. Haven't got that
I'm
far
really
yet.
Angry.
I think
I'm-
I know exactly which one you're talking about, Tyler, and might help Sean.
I'm legitimately angry. Like, that's fucked up. Okay.
How can we burn it down where we're gonna be there in the future?
Plot twist.
Because the house is evil. It can survive fire.
Oh,
Well,
you're
yeah,
on monster.
No, that's
you're going
not
Monster
that's,
House.
It has nothing to do with needing it to exist in the future.
Fine, whatever. So
Oh,
Steve,
oh, demon blood fire.
other than the one that's
No.
in the chat, what's the other one? What's your other idea?
I was looking at Everybody Loves the Underdog, but that might not be as good as I thought now. Oh, yeah. Do you want me to read this to you now?
Which one?
Yes, do it.
Which one?
Everybody Loves the Underdog.
I scrolled past on that one. Where was it?
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Might
Root for the underdog. Become the underdog. Increase the stakes. Increase the rewards. I like us just suddenly. Oh look, a thing of Molotovs.
I don't know if this is actually a thing, but Othello says, "Do get help."
get help.
That's not a cinematic, but that's a thing. Yeah, Molotovs will burn cultists. This won't burn the house.
No, that's not gonna help like beat anything. That's gonna.
Which one? You talking about the one that
Yeah, underdog's not
they
helpful.
blocked that?
Yeah, no.
Okay, just so I think.
erotic, okay.
What about improvised weapon, Sean? If you do 2 rewrites with improvised weapon, the player with the cinematic chooses an object present in the scene at the start of the fight. If one of the characters uses it during battle, they gain a +1 enhancement to add a successful roll. Items that were prepared as part of the cheap set cinematic can't be used as improvised weapon. No, it's not exactly as it's written, but maybe Tyler will help us out. For 2 rewrites, the weapon
There
also
are lots of wine bottles.
I have the perfect one for
improvised
when it's
weapon.
Ever's turn.
Okay. I want to make all right. I don't want to burn the house down. I want to burn the cultist with the Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So how many Molotovs do we get?
The party must vote, though, which doesn't sound like anyone's going to stop you, but everyone's good with him spending the rewrites?
2 rewrites. So what's the...
It's 1 rewrite for just...
6.
It's 1 rewrite for just like whatever. 2 if we want to have something that's repellent to monsters.
No, I want to.
In this case,
yeah.
I feel like Molotoving the cultists is going to give us the most, because that'll scatter them. They'll be freaked out and they'll move away.
Also,
all right.
Fire is a weakness of some of these supervillains. So yeah, it's 2 rewrites.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Molotov cocktails. I look over and like, oh, empty wine bottle or wine cask and chuck it.
Aim plus dexterity.
Aim plus dexterity. Does this count for my my trope?
Which
so
one?
I have no aim, breathe, shoot.
Yes.
Nice. No complications.
That's any thrown or shot. It doesn't have to be just shot. Actually, I think that one applies to close combat too, if you want.
And he'll scream, "I'll send you back to hell." Do I get that too, guys?
That's equip.
I'll take it. Yeah.
All right.
I like it.
Yep.
Success 2! Yay!
Are you aiming at the woman that's screwing up Walter, or the big group where the warlock is?
Oh no, I'm doing the big group. Like, I want to scatter those people.
Thanks, man.
You hit the pentagram, and it splatters and hits most of them. Screaming and panic ensues. Okay. Florence. Would you like to do an orgy in a fire?
I sent her one that sent everyone that they might like.
I do like this one. It's called Waxing Poetical, and it's 1 rewrite, and I narrate my actions through rhyme.
Oh God!
I'll allow it if the group lets you spend it. That would put you down to 5.
Oh yeah. I am perfectly.
No denials. Do it. We'll give you a moment to make the rhyme.
Don Arnetto.
Oh.
Poor Walter. That was his seance hand. My seance hand.
I can't.
Now, how is he going to hold the girthy candles with just 1 hand?
They're just too girthy. I can't.
You can't give it a reach around.
Get out.
All right, you got a rhyme for us, Florence?
Oh my God!
I shall grab the bottle and give the cultist a throttle. I've got another.
Continue and tell me when you're done.
I'll shove another against the wall and watch him to the ground he'll fall.
That's good.
Nice.
Oh my
The
God.
demon spawn will then arise, and I shall have some McDonald's fries.
Meaty pies.
Oh yes, meaty pies. Yeah, sure. That's
Oh my God!
that's my thing.
The pentagram soon shall burn, and then our actions, terrible, will learn.
So, you all heard the last thing she said, right?
Yep.
Meaty
What's going to
pies.
happen now? Before that,
Everyone's gonna turn into a meat pie that is sentient.
the demon shall arise. Okay,
Oh,
let's make this scene
no.
happen.
Oh no.
Oops, did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
So,
But we all get a meat pie, right?
Florence shadows a bottle and puts the shards of glass between her fingers, like punching with keys, and grabs a cultist and squeezes his neck, severing his carotid, strangling with the bottle. He dies! The other one's like, what the hell are you doing? That's gross. Even I wouldn't do that. So she super kicks him into the wall and it knocks him out. When they slip to the ground, she turns around and suddenly, on her turn, her villain stands up in the middle of the pentagram, on fire, starts screaming in Latin, and the pentagram starts glowing, and the supervillain gloriously explodes in 60s Technicolor.
Nice.
And out of where he was, steps a demon that would look familiar to someone in the future. Okay.
Did I
Giles.
accidentally do the plot?
Perhaps.
Yes, you did. I'm going to wait. Do I have a Molotov too, or was that just for?
Makes you feel better. That would happen anyways. Just...
Haha, there's wine on my fingers now.
Also, you have a ridiculous craving for meat pie. Like, you will do anything to get that right now.
Wait, you mean we don't all get to have meat pies?
Sure, everyone can if you can find enough for the group, but you only care about yourself.
Well,
That's
we're
true.
gonna. I mean, it could be made of human.
The best meat pies in London?
Or like the best meat pies in, the East.
I only eat my meat pie with Wales whiskey.
Wales whiskey made from 100% real Wales, imported from Norway.
Yeah. Tastes like ambergris. Ambergris.
All right, Giles, what do you got for us?
All right. So I said, do we all have the ability to grab Molotovs, or was it just for?
That was just her.
Okay.
Him.
Okay.
He didn't grab one. He got a wine bottle and made one in a nice fashion.
Okay then. I'm just debating. Let's see. What's stunt double to replace ourselves as 2, right? So then. No.
Yeah, but a lot of you actually have better physical stats in this game than the stunt doubles would. That's more for Florence, less for you and Victor. Florence and Walter could benefit from that. A stunt double will typically have 3s and 6 dice to shoot and punch. Pretty sure that Victor has better than that.
Then I'm just going to continue beating that one over the head unless Sarah ever got rid of it.
Yeah, that one's gone. But the lady's still there.
The lady's here. The vampirist lady is here. And I don't have anything silver, so I'm going.
You might be able to get to the silver. Victor's on the opposite end of the room. You're right next to the lady. It's right behind her. You're actually so the layout is Victor's over here. Pentagram is here. Victor's right in front of the pentagram.
All right.
And then you've got Walter, Vampirus, you and Florence, which means the silver is on your side of the room.
Okay.
Like a long hall.
So if I were to try and basically slam her into the silver so that she basically lands in it and would get punctured by it, is that the type of thing?
You'd have to trip her, which is a stunt. So you'd need 2 successes on close combat roll. 1 to hit, 1 to do the trip stunt.
Okay, let's go with it.
Okay.
And I would like to go into Southpaw stance for this, for my origin trademark.
Okay.
Trademark.
So close combat plus might plus 2.
All right. And I will burn. Oh, wait, I don't have any more enhancements to burn. Seriously?
Yeah, you do. You used 4 of your character's Giles.
Do I still have one left?
You might not. Depends. That athletics plus might was damage. Nope, you don't. You're correct.
Dang.
You could spend a rewrite. Oh, no, you can't because you already rolled. So, you hit her and you trip her and she lands on it, but nothing happens this turn. You can make use of that later.
Bugger.
Doesn't impale her, but she's still on the silver.
How many dice did I have for that? 7 dice. Of course, that's exactly what I would do. Last time it was all the 8 dice and higher that I rolled botches on, so yeah. At least it wasn't botch.
All right, Walter. Can you do this?
I'd have flung Walter into the silver.
Okay. So, sexy lady vampire bit me last turn. She got hit by the silver candelabra, knocked it across the room, and shattered it. I have two
and now
small.
She's landing on it.
I have 2 small red paint dots on my neck where her fangs hit me. I kind of wiped them just a little bit.
Actually, no. This is a Hammer movie. They're like oddly large bulges.
Okay. I look over at everybody, and the scene that's okay with everybody is going to take a bit of a tone shift. Do we want to do this?
100%. 100%.
Okay.
1000%.
I would like to turn this scene into a dangerous liaison.
I mean, I did just put the female vampirist to the floor, so...
Are you going to start making out with vampires?
Maybe.
Yes, he is.
Sure. So just for everyone to know, this is in the book. Sure, there's a killer after the characters, and their friends are dropping like flies. But the scriptwriter jammed a romantic subplot into the story. So what are you going to do? Maybe love, or at least the making thereof, really does conquer all. Or at least temporarily. Using this cinematic allows a player to change the tenor of a scene from horrifying to romantic, or give it an erotic slant. Any danger the participating characters were in is temporarily alleviated, and the next scene those characters appear in, they begin somewhere safe. So, yes, the lighting changes ever so slightly. There's a little more of that grain. It's got sensual lighting across everyone's eyes.
I'll actually narrate what happens, but you please
Is there
describe.
a disco ball?
I'm sorry?
I said I'll narrate what actually happens, but yes, you describe the room any way you want now.
Yeah.
The lighting and
No,
stuff.
it's it definitely. So we were in this hallway, and it kind of like opened up, and they had their area where they were doing the seance, or they were doing the summoning thing. But now that the demon has come through, the set changed ever so slightly to give the demon more presence in the frame. And so now it's a bigger room with more candles and lighting and set dressing. And there's like lacy, back curtains hanging in the background, and more like blankets like on the floor. And sexy demon. Is it sexy demon or is it demon demon?
The demon
now
is
they're
not
sexy
sexy.
demon.
The demon is not
The
sexy.
demon is not sexy.
That's unfortunate.
But the demon won't be a problem because he's not part of this anymore.
Okay. Well,
he has been replaced by Barry White.
yes, but when the explosion happened, the scene changed a little bit, and then everybody's eyes gets a little more. How you doing?
What happens is,
and then
after you
Tyler
describe
takes
the way
over.
the scene changes, what happens is the vampirist jumps up and rushes over to Walter, does that 70s thing, puts her arms around him dramatically and pulls him in close so their faces like apart. And they lock eyes. She says, "Walter, it's you from the dreams." And Walter, you suddenly remember her from the dreams you've been having your whole life. Her name is Monique, and she's your soulmate.
What?
You've been reincarnated across the ages to be lovers. You always find each other in every life.
It's you. How could I have ever forgotten about you?
Super dramatic spotlight kiss. Two of them. Everyone else steps back away from the lady. And then she breaks free of the kiss and says, "I will protect you, my love." She runs over and starts screaming Latin, and like the ceiling collapses, blocking all of you off from the demon and the burning cultists and the warlock. And she grabs you and says, "We must run."
Everyone, follow me and... What was her name again?
Sean.
Gladys.
Monique.
Monique!
No.
Hurry, quickly! No, hurry, quickly! We must go.
I will grab our
Lead us to safety, my love. Lead us.
grab our frazzled and crazed hostess.
Vincent has a question.
Hold on. You can get to that question in a moment. Because the
Okay.
scene is still being paid for with rewrites. You all follow them out inexplicably.
Okay.
You actually escape the house and her carriage, inexplicably waiting with the black carriage and the black-clad horses, the black-clad driver. And you all get inside the carriage, and it takes off at vampire carriage speed. And the scene changes to you
Wait,
in
what?
a very nice hotel room in the city of Cardiff. It is still the middle of the night, but Victor has a room, Giles has a room, Florence has a room, and they're all passed out on their beds, while Walter is with Monique in a room, making passionate vampire love.
This
Is your
all
safe?
tracks.
Victor, what is the comment you'd like to make while you're all crammed together in the carriage?
Lad, thank you for saving my life, but this is unnatural. But it's Victorian times, so you know.
But if
I
we're
might not
together
know
and
the
we
ways
make
of
love,
love,
he will
brute.
cure me of my vampirism. You save my soul.
Yeah. Wait. What? Yes. What? Oh no.
I got nothing.
Well,
Hi,
hurry
so
up, good
they're
man,
going.
hurry up, good man, and save your lady. Hurry! You can do it right now.
The scene closes on the Victorian era and returns to the modern.
Wait, did Florence ever get her meat pie?
Florence
Probably could've
consumed
ordered
3
room
meat
service.
pies before. Yes, exactly.
Wait, what?
Victorian room service, meat pies at 2 in the morning.
Excellent.
Because you're rich, and rich people hotels do whatever you ask them to do.
It's Cardiff and not London. There's no eyeball in your meat pie.
Oh, Dawn.
So, you all slowly come to after a very strange dream in the cellar, the modern era.
Yeah. Strange doesn't
got
quite
it,
cut
hold
it.
I got which names again? All right, and Leslie, you wake up with uncomfortableness covered. Appropriate, embarrassing. Strange dream. And you're all laying on the floor in the cellar. The dream you dreamed is everything that's happened in the Victorian era up to this moment.
Okay.
Ow, my head.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say, did we all just have that dream?
I
I have.
there's set some people on fire.
Did it end with Did you get laid?
No,
No,
him.
not you, not you.
It was- no, not me. No. It's
the
not him either. It was
famous guy.
no, not the guy who was on Carson. The guy that was on. He wasn't actually on anything. His TVs weren't invented, so it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was not me. It was a small...
It wasn't you, but it was you.
But
Small
aren't we
German
all
man.
descendants of the people that we talked to? That we saw. Wait, yeah, aren't we? That's the thing, right? That's yeah, that's the thing, right?
I remember
They need our blood. They need our blood.
meat pies.
What?
Yeah, meat pies, yeah.
I am uncertain.
Obviously, something's happening here at this house. We have to.
We
Who was that at the end?
Lillian, you look down and you're holding a journal still, and you realize that journal ends at that point too in the story. The rest has been torn out. Continue.
look, mon ami.
Oh yeah, we also got cool shit. Like I got an old silver cross, and everybody else got something. Like we
I don't
found
remember
our.
what I got. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
An old silver cross for Hugh. Lillian is a brooch.
A brooch.
Luther was a notebook filled with chicken scratch he can barely read. And Leslie was a very girthy candle.
That's right. Exceptionally girthy candle. We know now. These are somehow connected to our past selves.
There is no way that was me.
They're laying next to you, each of you.
I was not French. I will always and have always been French.
Well, I'm not German now, but the spirits say that was me, and you were that person, but that person was you.
Well, I'm still English. So I made it out right.
English reincarnate properly.
Exactly.
I went to Australia once.
That explains a lot,
In Ireland
actually.
once.
In Ireland once.
In Scotland once.
In Scotland. Anyway, we should probably go to the cellar. Maybe. Probably.
You're in
We
the cellar.
can't-
We're
This is where you
in
fight.
the
We're in the
cellar,
cellar.
We're
We're
where
in
the
the cellar.
we're where the summon thing happened and where the demon stepped through, right?
That's right. We got in the
Yep.
cellar. And
Yeah,
we found
we're
this
here.
crap. Okay.
So, whatever it was in those old days that came through must still be here and is
Right.
behind what's been going on.
Well, we saw them summon a demon. So where's the demon? We need to slap the demon.
I
We
looked.
need
You
to
don't see a
I-
demon, but you see
I-
the four objects that are laying next to you and the rip journal that Lillian's holding.
These objects, we have to. Oh my god. Oh my god. I kind of moan, and it's a very different tone from before. We have to do a seance.
Do well, I don't want.
Is that not
Why?
your favorite thing?
No, why? No, we're not doing seance. Why are
They're
we doing
so
seance?
tiring.
No, we're not doing. No,
We have to do the
Why?
have the
No
girthy
plastic
black
age
candle.
glaze.
We've got
Why?
the notebook.
No.
We've got the cross for when everything
No.
comes through. We gotta.
No.
We have to draw the spirit to us. Oh man!
What spirit? What spirit are you? What
The
are you?
demon spirit that blew up when the guy blew up.
In
So-
your head, I didn't blow up, he blew up. What's wrong with you? Look, darling, get the
Quiet.
story right at least.
Quiet, you.
Well, tell me to be quiet. Anyway,
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Everybody, I've already told you I can see the demons. I think we might actually already be in contact with the demon. Let me clear something up really quick. You,
Yeah, what
I have a
about
name,
me?
babe.
are you possessed?
not possessed.
I have a name, babe.
I forget it. It's demony and weird.
Are you possessed?
Are you talking to yourself?
I'm talking to the demon.
You're possessed, aren't you?
I'm not
It's
possessed.
not demony and weird. My name's Abaddon. You can call me Abe.
It's okay if you're possessed. I was possessed once. had to urinate a lot. Anyway, yeah.
That seems like a proper. That seems like a proper possession there.
So
Like
you're the one that
urination.
came through in the explosion.
Do you have to pee?
Yes.
Okay.
But you didn't answer the question.
Is the weird guy that summoned you still here somehow?
Why don't you ask the expert? He points at the girthy candle.
We need to do a seance, don't we?
Just pick the damn thing up already, babe.
Oh, jeez. I picked the candle up.
Electric shock passes through you, and a ghostly haze translucens in front of you. And you can all see the ghostly haze, which coalesces into a dapper-looking Victorian gentleman. You feel like his name is Walter. He looks at all three of you, and he looks at Leslie right in the eye. Grabs Leslie by the collar, yanks him forward. Slap, slap, slap. You selfish, vainglorious man. Look what you've done to us. You've ruined this soul.
The
slaps actually hurt.
Wait. Is that actually a ghost?
You naive fool,
my name is
just
Walter.
running around
This
trying to
fool has my
find
soul.
spirits and not making any money off of it.
Wait. Does that
We
mean
don't do this for the money.
supernatural
We
things
do this to help the
actually
spirits
exist?
and the poor people.
Yeah, and look where that got you. Stuck in a girthy candle.
He looks at you, Luther, and says, "Yeah, I'm real.
I
Yes,
poke,
sir, I am very real.
I poke the ghost a couple times just to.
It's cold and gooey."
Don't poke me.
I poke him with the same finger. Also
It does
cold
not
but
feel
less
cold and
gooey.
gooey. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I slowly accept the fact that supernatural things must exist.
That's right. You have a
Congratulations.
limited time. What do you want from me? Fool?
I need to know. So the demon that came through the thing is here, talking to me.
Yes, he's possessing you. Everyone heard that.
I look over it.
I
I'm
disregard.
like, yes, he's possessed.
Disregard that.
Fine, ignore that.
What were you able to find out after our vision ended? Where is the creature who summoned the demon? How do we release the spirits and end this haunting?
We were chased through the streets of Cardiff by various people possessed by entities and entities themselves who were hell-bent on preventing us gathering the materials necessary to exorcise the house now that our new friend, my lover, definitely not yours, you're not soulmates anymore, you filthy. We were able to use her knowledge to try to work to fight back against the vile necromancer in the house.
Oh, thank God. I was really
We went
concerned
back to the
there, Ryan.
house and confronted them. I don't remember what happened after that. I don't think I ever left.
So
Well,
you have
you're-
no
you're
useful
still here.
information. You have no useful
Necromancer?
information for us.
Who would romance just a neck?
Request unclear. Please elaborate.
Well, he says that they were chased through the streets of Cardiff by possessions and straight up entities. They came back
Because
here
they were
to
gathering the components Monique told them they need to exorcise the house. They gathered everything, fronted the evil at the house, and that he doesn't remember what happens except he never left.
Okay. Were
He probably
these
died.
items what you needed? The candle, the cross, the journal, and whatever the detective got?
Illegible
No,
chicken
this is
scratch.
the girthy candle you were carrying from the candelabra the night you united with me.
So what are the items we need?
I don't have that information.
Are you done talking to your girthy candle?
I do know what it is that we were sent to acquire with Monique, however. And it was ashes of a saint and bone
Ashes of a
fragments
saint.
of a man who died as a martyr.
Ashes of a saint. One who died as a martyr.
I don't know what the rest of them were told to get.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And this will allow us to fight the master here. The one who lays claim to the house.
This allowed us to exorcise the house and seal the evil. for many generations until you fools freed it.
Yeah.
About that. Okay. Anyone else have any questions?
You do not need those. You do not need all of those same objects, but you do need the ones that are still in the house. If you have them all, you may be able to finally burn this wretched place to the ground.
Oh, is the candle talking to
nothing
everyone?
here will.
Everyone can hear this candle.
Oh, okay.
Without the objects, nothing here will burn. Only the people, none of the objects.
And we just need to burn the house
down?
down?
To anything in this subject. You cannot set fire to any object within the building without all of the objects from the exorcism that are still here.
But is that the goal, to burn the house down? Will that free the spirits?
It's the only way you'll stop this forever. Clearly our exorcism and sealing did not last for more century.
They have to destroy
I wish to talk to my ghost next.
You look at his hand and realize what happened. He touched his candle and called his own spirit.
I may call my own spirit?
You can, but unfortunately, who was it? Hugh was already. Was it Hugh or Luther? One of you was asking. Oh, it was Luther. Is eyeballing his object and grabbed it because he still isn't quite sure ghosts are real.
Exactly.
When Luther grabs his object, with one final slap, Leslie's past self disappears.
Poor Leslie.
Sucks.
Luther's past self appears. Looks at all of you. Luther, my good man, I see you've done well for ourselves.
But of course, I'm still English.
Of course you are. What else would we be?
Well, that one became an Irish, Scottish, Australian. I don't know. So, perhaps you, with your terrible handwriting, might be able to assist me. What are the other objects that we needed?
Ah, yes. We were sent to recover the tears of one whose love is true. So we, of course, went to see our fiancé. Or wait, no, past self. Our dear wife.
Yes.
Present self has the fiancé. We told her of our curse. She wept and we collected the tears.
Ah, yes.
In a very fine
who weeps
crystal
for
container,
us.
about this large.
This large, got it. Anything else?
That was all we had to do. When we returned to the house, it was quite violent. I think I remember Walter sacrificing stuff for us in this strangely unself-sacrificing way.
Unselfish
way. He died for the greater good. It was very strange.
You mean altruistic?
Yes.
Altruistic. I don't think he knows what that word means.
I don't actually know if he died.
Incarnation knows what that means.
I didn't see him die. I was running away the last time I saw him, but we were sure he was going to die.
Well, I saw his ghost, so I'm going to say he died.
I'm a ghost also.
And you died.
Yeah, we all die. Everyone dies. That's how life works.
Yeah, but then we become ghosts, and now I'm really confused because I thought ghosts didn't exist, but that makes a lot of our older cases a little weird.
I remember escaping the house, but I don't remember anything that happened after in my life. I don't know.
Very good. At least you escaped. Good.
This is when you feel like you should grab your objects.
So he's just kind of looking at it. He looks at it, and he picks it up, and he goes, hello?
Luther, you can ask one last question before it switches.
I got nothing.
Your past self ghost fades, and the past self ghost of Vincent appears. Looks himself in the eye. He goes, "Oh, you were so drunk. What's wrong with you?"
I see
I
shit
can
like
smell
you
it
all
from
the
beyond.
time. Well, if you lead the life I lead, and you see,
I did lead the life you led. I was a sober individual.
congratulations. Like, what do you
Where are your
want?
trinkets? You need the key ring of trinkets. He holds up the massive key ring of trinkets. You're drunk and unprepared.
He kind of like reaches out and tries to grab the ghost key ring of trinkets.
It works. It becomes solid. They're in your hand.
Holy shit, that worked. Hold on, hold up $1 million. Hold up $1 million. You got $100, or like
What's a dollar?
or a shilling, pounds. Hold up.
I don't have any shillings on my ghost person. Sorry. Why have you summoned me?
They were doing it. And
He looks over at Leslie and he says, "Well, can't tell if it's better or worse. But why do you need me?"
I need you because we need to know how to do the thing. We need to know how to burn the house down. How to like.
He looks around and says, "Oh dear Lord, you freed them all, didn't you?"
Like it
That was
wasn't
a lot of effort for no reason.
So like I didn't want to do the seance, but this guy over here with his candles was pretty. He was all, everybody's like, let's do a seance. And I was like, there's a dead body in a door or something. I don't know. Anyway, that might have been past life. Anyway, so we need things. We need bones, and we need tears. And do you have a list? Do you just have like a grocery list of like exorcist stuff that we need? Maybe. Possibly.
We needed to collect rosary beads blessed by a saint, so we went into Cardiff to find our good friend, the pastor, the priest, the local church of the martyred saints.
No, okay. So we can't. Can we just go like into the store and like dip it in garlic or something? Like, do we need?
Oh, they're still here. We never left.
Oh, that's
we
here.
We refused to leave until the evil was destroyed.
No, like the beads are here is what you're saying. Like somewhere in
with our body.
Where's your body?
And that is when Lillian gets impatient and says, "I want to see my ghost," and grabs her.
No, where's the God damn it.
Lillian grabs her object.
Convenient.
Lillian grabs her object, and an elegant, svelte female form begins to appear from the mist. But suddenly, the door to the cellar is kicked open. Lillian gasps and drops her object. And the professor is played by Roger Delgado steps into, flanked by participants. Says, "Ha ha! I knew you would be here." And there are rifles pointed at you. Dramatic note happens, and we freeze until next week.
No!
Oh my god, is it that time already? Holy crap.
It is that time already.
Wow.
It's amazing how fast this happens.
That tonight did go by. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I like that. Like, okay, I concede.
Oh man. Guns on us, huh?
Rifles.
Rifles.
Don't trifle with the
viewers,
rifle.
Reach the end of this chapter. We need to let the foul beasts of this house rest in peace while they can. But fret not, there are 2 sessions left before this movie culminates, even though there will be much epic culmination next week. At 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, tune in next week as we drastically accelerate to the end and have escalating psychedelic shenanigans. But we're not quite done tonight.
Tonight was a pretty big escalation.
There's more. But we're not quite done tonight. First, we must vote on favorites. For those who don't know, votes take 2 forms. Bonus die to any roll in any session or a half an X. Players can vote for anyone else for it. We're going to start with Walter. Who wouldn't mind?
Oh, you never start with me. This threw me off.
Never log into Zoom.
Well, that's just mean. I'm gonna go with. Oh man, tough choice tonight. Can I vote for the vampire lady?
A lot of good moments tonight.
There's a ton of good moments. I want to vote for the vampire lady.
You cannot vote for the vampire lady, no.
Ah, dang. Then I'm gonna vote for my scene partner for most of the night, Sean. I think we bounced off each other really well, and I liked you Molotoving the cultist there.
I did too. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'm going Sean.
Lillian, who and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. So I'm trying to decide between Sean and Devin, because Devin killed me with the, of course we did it right, we're still English. And Sean because, well, a whole bunch of reasons, but reaching out and trying to grab the keyring and it actually worked.
That was perfect.
That was good.
Oh, man. Peer pressure. Let's go, Sean. Sorry, Devin.
It's okay.
Luther, who and why?
Well, I'm still going to, even though you didn't, I'm going to give it to Lillian/Florence because that going crazy when mud happened. Yeah.
Mud.
Yeah, that was the reason. Nothing else. It was the mud that made you go insane. That was perfect.
What does the mud say?
Squelch.
Yes.
Squelch.
Squelch.
You, who and why?
I just want to say to those out there watching, reading, watching this later, I do not want to encourage this behavior. It's bad. You shouldn't do this because vampires are evil and you should just stab them in the heart. You should not make out with them. But Steve gets my vote.
Yeah.
For Blood Orgy.
That was pretty awesome.
For Blood Orgy.
Magnificent.
Metagame, I actually had a plan for that written down if each of you did it. So hoping someone would do that this time. So thank you, Steve. Thank you.
I got your back, man.
I have my wife.
Anytime you need an orgy to happen, you just let me know.
Well, dear viewers, it appears you found an item in our accursed antique shop that calls out to you. Perhaps orgy-related item? Allow us to ring up your purchase so you can carry the curse home with you.
Wait.
We'll catch up with our, don't ask, overly dramatized, but dressed to the nines destroyers of devil worshippers, lovers of vampires. Next week, slayers and groovy groupies. Tell us what you're up to after this. What cool things are happening for the rest of the week?
I'm at Space Lord PJ's. Sean, apparently. Search Sean on the internet. You'll find me. You can check out my website, cartoon.ninja, where I do the sketches, which I haven't done this week. Crap. And then
you need to sketch the blood orgy.
Yeah, no.
I demand art, either from us or really fan art. Fan art. We need fan art, everybody.
Fan art
of the blood orgy.
Okay.
I kind of want fan art of Lillian, Florence going crazy over mud.
That too.
That's good too. Also tomorrow Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday. We're running Descent in Avernus finally after 2 weeks. We'll get back to that. And then Friday I have to cover for Steve because he's doing something, I don't know, leaving the country on an excursion, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, we're running a one shot of Green Ronin Games is I'm not actually drunk. I can do this. Green Ronin, their Lost Citadel. Yeah, it's a 5e supplement that seems really cool. It's like this one last city, and then everything else is undead. It sounds great. It's fun. So I wrote a little ditty. We're gonna go through that. So that'll be fun. And then yeah, I'm gonna go. I just finished the Umbrella Academy season 2. It's fantastic. I now have to go watch it with Rain because there's a Backstreet Boys reference. And then also I'm gonna watch the Transformers show because that looks totally dope. And then I'm gonna play Warframe. So yeah, that's what I'm doing for the rest of the week.
We lost it, Devin.
I know, where'd he go?
That's okay though. Carry on.
Oh, cool.
All we can see is your D. Oh, there he is.
Wow. All right.
Sean Guffaw.
Ever can say that sort of stuff with a straight face because Ever's my spouse.
I mean, Sean Guffaw. That was great. Yeah. So you can find me in the meantime playing Animal Crossing because I love it, and don't judge me. And watching Devin playing Call of Cthulhu on the PS something or other.
4.
Yeah, sure. That's numbers.
PS
Anyway.
this one.
PS this one, which you can't see what I'm gesturing to. Anyway. So, yeah, that's what I'll be doing, and you can see me again on Monday evening with Mage.
Killed it.
It's my turn now, right? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Hi, I've been Steve. You can find me on the
Been Steve.
internet at Voodoo Arcade. This side chat that goes on during this game distracts me sometimes. Okay, so yes, no, find me on the internet, Voodoo Arcade. You can find me here at Vorpal Tales pretty much anytime that we're playing, except for this Friday, where I would normally be running Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition. But yes, I'm taking a weekend for myself. And
He's gonna sit in a tub of butter naked and just watch like
that's correct.
soap operas.
The cooking channel.
That's
this
correct.
game.
I have also finished Umbrella Academy Season 2. I concur. It was, in fact, fantastic, and you should check it out. I now have to go watch a crap ton of New Japan Pro Wrestling and catch up.
All right, Devin.
Once again, I'm Devin. You can find me online at Sort of Sullied. And as Ever had said, I will be playing Call of Cthulhu because, I mean, why wouldn't you want to play a scary game where you don't win even when you win? I mean, that sounds like fun. But other than that, I will be watching us Descent and a couple of other games that we're playing in the upcoming week. And I'm not allowed to play Breath of the Wild until after I have done Call of Cthulhu to get Ever to probably be scared. Hopefully.
Sounds like an orgiastic time for all. I myself am in all of our games Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Come see us for more. And remember, this game is based on an awesome Kickstarter, tearing through stretch goals. Go check it out if you haven't. Back it if you want to. It's worth every penny. The game will run for 2 more sessions and end the same week the Kickstarter does. The week after that, we'll still be here playing 150, showcasing those awesome books. You're still in back of the kit. And remember, follow us here on Onyx Path and also our Twitch channel, Vorpal Tales. Then head over to YouTube, Vorpal Tales, for past episodes, lots in the archives. Like and subscribe and leave comments. Go to our website, vorpaltales.com, join the Discord, and come hang out. And check out our Patreon, patreon.com/vorpaltales.
Join the Discord,
Now-
distract me in side chat.
Yes. But now we must leave you, because Steve and I finally got the formula right, but our creation seems to have escaped Devin's basement and is rampaging through the neighborhood, so good night!
Bye.